Hello, thank you for coming. Here I have my friend Mary. She is a practicing nurse and she is also an advanced practice nurse. She will tell us what she does for a living. I'm going to ask you questions. I am doing a project for my nursing 6 or 7 class, and I have a few questions that I'm going to ask you that are related to what you do for a living. To start with, would you please tell us where you practice?
Oh, thank you. As my friend Margaret has said, I'm a public health nurse. And that means I don't work in an office. I work out there in the public. And basically what I do, I work in a project. And this project is an HIV project. It is funded to reach out to immigrants. These immigrants are from Caribbean and from Africa. So we reach out to them so that they can come forward to be treated, because most of them decide they don't want to see doctors, and so that is what we do.
Thank you very much for answering that question. Now, what exactly are your responsibilities in that role of a public health nurse?
In this project, we have different people with the different qualities. Our supervisor is a doctor by the name Dr. Kwakwa. I work under Dr. Kwakwa. We have rapid HIV testers. What they do is that when we reach out to a community, say an African community where there are many Africans, the rapid testers do HIV testing. Most of you may know that these days we can do a rapid HIV testing. After it is done, my responsibility is to look at the parameters. We do not only do HIV, we do HIV, we do blood sugar testing, and we do hypertension. So my responsibility is to look at the parameters and talk to them. Many of them, when you tell them their blood sugar reads 70, they don't know what 70 is. So I interpret the parameters to them, and I answer any question, any healthy question they come asking.
All right. In your practice, are there any barriers that hinder you from accomplishing your role?
There are many barriers, ranging from the community we are targeting. Maybe we target 100 people. The people who show up are like 50. However, that is not the major barrier. We have a barrier about reaching out to immigrants. Not everybody is taught English in their country, so it becomes a problem. Many of them are not able to express themselves in English. I may ask when they last saw the doctor, they do not know what I'm asking. So in that case, we are forced to use interpreters when we go to the field.
Thank you again. In regards to the barriers, there are some resources out there for you. Would you be able to give us a few of the resources that are helpful to you in your practice?
Yeah, we have resources such as the Department of Public Health of Philadelphia come to us and they do ongoing education. We are trained on how to communicate, how to talk to these immigrants, and sometimes these immigrants are shy. They don't want to come forward. Some diseases like HIV, nobody want to come forward and say they have HIV. In that case, we are trained on how to talk to them, how to reach out to them. And so public health is such a resource in teaching us on how to go about it. The other resource is resource that we have is the federal government. Of course, we need funding. We really don't fund ourselves. The whole project is funded by the federal government.
Thank you so much. In your capacity practicing with Dr. Kwakwa, what were the credentialing requirements to work in that organization? Did you have to take a test? Did you have to use the credentialing body in the public health sector, or how was that process for you?
Well, for me to be able to work with Dr. Kwakwa, of course, she had to interview me and to know what I have and whether I qualify. The first thing she asked me is whether I am certified. The school I went to, the way we qualify is to do an internal exam. The way we are told to do, or what we are told to do, is to come up with a project. And my project was reaching out to immigrants, and I happened to meet Dr. Kwakwa who do the same. So I wrote a project of reaching out to the immigrants. I had to convince my professors how I'll do it and how I'll be successful. My project, I had to pass the project, and my project had to be read by about 3 professors before I qualified. That is one way. The other thing is that when I started working with Dr. Kwakwa, she had to put me into a training. I was trained and certified as an HIV public health nurse for 2 weeks. So I'm HIV certified nurse because that is my area and that's what I want to do.
Congratulations, Mary.
Thank you.
It's not just having an advanced, a degree, a master's degree in public health.
Yeah,
we can
sure.
see it entails more. And you're my friend. I did not even know that you are certified as an HIV
yes, I
public
am.
health nurse. So congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
As we wrap up, would you encourage nurses that are maybe taking their master's course, they are at this time doing their core courses like I am, and they haven't really decided whether they want to go into nurse practitioner, whether they want to do gerontology, or would you encourage them to do a public health nurse?
I would definitely encourage registered nurses to take this track to be public health nurses. And one reason to be a public health nurse is very fulfilling. And especially what I do, reaching out to immigrants, I feel so fulfilled. Because I look at immigrants who come in this place, they feel so stigmatized. They do not want to come forward to say, I need testing for HIV, or even testing for blood sugar, or even hypertension. As I work in this field, I find out that many immigrants have hypertension, they are suffering, they have HIV, they have high blood sugar. They don't want to come forward, as I said before, language barrier, and sometimes they have no insurance. So as a public health nurse, when we reach out to them, and they come forward and you see them coming for treatment, it is so fulfilling. So I just love being a public health nurse and reaching out to the community.
Thank you very much. There's one important point that you did not mention, and I think we should put it out there for the nurses that would want to become public health nurses. It is also, when I was doing my research, I found out that they get at least, they make 90,000 annually. That is a factor in, right?
Yes, when you advance in education, I will tell you, is also fulfilling because you get some good amount of money. So I concur with my friend, we are paid well. So that is also a factor to consider as you choose to be a public health nurse.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Mary is a mother too. She has 3 children,
yes,
and she's married. And for her to take the time to meet with me and not be spending that time with her children, I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
May God bless you.
Thanks.